Okay. Well, we got a pretty jam-packed week of game news to catch up on, and not game news as well, for that matter. I guess, to me, the big story
what's
that
that,
we should lead with is
what's that?
What is that one?
The announcement that we're going to be seeing Haruko again. We're going back to FLCL. Or rather, we're going forward.
I am both extremely excited and terrified.
They're making sequels. We've had the announcement that there's going to be 2 sequel series of 6 episodes each, and apparently it's being handled by a lot of people that were involved in the original series, including like 2 people that are like
instrumental,
2 people that are like higher ups at IG, as well as the Pillows are back.
Oh yes,
and
thank God.
And on the word on the street seems to be that basically it's being treated with utmost reverence. The storyline we've had a breakdown of so far is it follows a new student who's a girl in high school. The years since the war between Medical Mechanica and Atoms and such we've moved on, and suddenly a new teacher, Haruko Sensei, comes to this girl's school, and hijinks ensue.
Here's the thing: I saw people talking about this, and we're kind of related to what you're talking about, Gravity Falls. I saw huge FLCL fans going, "Oh, I thought it was done and perfect."
Yeah. That tweet
was like
that's the reaction I had, where I'm like, "Oh my God, that's great!" Oh,
yeah, no. Yeah. My tweet on the matter was it summed up everything I really want to say, which is that FLCL is perfect, and I'm really, really skeptic and cautiously optimistic, and I'd rather see a spiritual successor than a direct sequel.
When I saw the announcements, I was not happy. I was actually actively not happy. And now where I'm at is like, you better give me a damn good reason to be opening this up again.
It's perfect now. So the only thing you can do is now make it less perfect.
Here's the thing: is you got 3,
and that's it. Like originally, is it worth? Well, do you really need it to be Fooly Cooley to tell this story? Because if you do, I'd love to see it.
Yes,
but. Fuck, man.
I wish it was something
Making
else.
me nervous here.
Yeah, something, again, spiritual successor.
Spike Spiegel's coming back to life.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. Right?
I would fight someone who did that.
I talked to...
You're not going to carry that weight.
Talked to quite a few people about this, because it's on everyone's minds. And it's like, I feel that something I'm hearing a lot is like, it's either going to be the best thing ever or the worst thing ever, nothing in between, right? And I disagree with that.
You're probably going to be dead in between, yeah.
You better hope it's one of those and not just meh.
There's a very safe, middle-of-the-road way to go about this, which is to Force Awakens it. Not that I didn't like Force Awakens, but you can just take the same story beats, take no risks, and do the same thing again, but kind of different and updated. And that will be acceptable and not shit
and depressing,
nothing
it would
really
be acceptable. But then, like, what was the point?
Exactly.
Star Wars, I get it because they need to make money.
So it's a safe sequel.
They don't really need to make money on FLCL.
A safe sequel is a thing that can be done now, and we've seen it a couple times. And I don't want that here either.
I'd rather get like 3.33 than Force Awakens out of this. I'd rather get like
the awful
a train wreck that is so bad that I excise it from my mind,
and then
something that's pretty good, and I'm like,
the other point that I felt I had to bat back at quite a few people was that a lot of people that say, dude, there's nothing that can come out that can ruin the originals. They're out there forever, and
but 3.33 sucks.
So. And it's like, yes, what exists will always exist. What is here and good now cannot be unmade. However, every story has an overarching plot. And when you include a new trilogy of bad things
here's the deal.
into Star Wars...
would you rather have a flawless record or a pretty good record with some bullshit?
Do you want to bat 7.750?
Exactly.
I've thought about what you're talking about a lot because I love Evangelion, right? And so it's a serious concern when I think about those things. And new things can come up and kind of fuck up your overarching story. That's real. Mm-hmm. That's a thing.
Well, if you can't pretend it doesn't.
But there are limits to that ability to fuck it up, and the limit complaints have to do with the original scope and the time period you're dealing with. The prequels were as bad as they could be, right? But they can't ruin the original trilogy of Star Wars because they're separated by like 20 fucking years.
Yeah,
But there's content in there that does botch it a little
Right,
bit.
a little bit.
Yeah.
But because they are so like physically separated
Thinking about
in
who's
time,
under the Vader mask now
Right.
kind of bums me out.
but
it's still a good movie.
But the time helps.
Yeah, it
right?
does, it does.
Evangelion, because and completeness is the other thing. And because Star Wars was always shown off as like being incomplete with the episodes,
Yeah.
that gave it an end. Evangelion, from episode 1 to the end of Evangelion, that is like the most complete story ever told, right? So in the new movies, they can ruin the old good movies, like 111 and 2.22. Like 3 and 4 can ruin those, no problem. But because the original one is completely complete on its own and has no loose ends, I find it difficult to worry that it's gonna go back and touch that. And FLCL is in a weird spot where it's so small and there's so many unknown loose ends in that original 6-episode series that like, it's been a long, long time, so I can't see them, even if it's a disaster, like, fucking up those original 6. But at the same time, if they explain too much about medical mechanica or atoms or how space shit works,
Midichlorians.
Yeah.
right? Like,
Well, also, it's like, it's a shitty thing to say, like, well, the old media is not going to get worse. That's a shitty thing to say, because the old media might not get worse, but it can definitely harm my affection
and it
for
can
the
change
old
the
media.
context.
It can change my perception of it,
And
and
the
that's shitty as a fan. Like,
Yeah, absolutely. And the overall story of FLCL, like no matter what happens,
Like,
you
in
have
my-
to act,
it-
this
it-
is a part of it, and you can cover your ears and go la 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 la. But no matter what you say, Dante got on that bike and drove into hell after a really shitty adventure.
Yes, he did.
It
It was
doesn't
it was a
matter.
bad adventure.
It happened.
There's certain franchises though where I'll be like, I don't care more.
the only,
like-
ugh.
There's so much Berserk unanimated that I don't care if all your Berserk is bad. There's so much content that I'd still want to see,
yeah.
good, bad, or meh, that just do it.
You see the new clips? They look good.
They look pretty good.
They look
better,
choppy.
They look better.
They look good still, but when they're moving,
Well, yeah, of course it looks
'cause
choppy.
they don't have the budget to make it super smooth.
Guts has a big sword and he chops things with it.
Did you even call it a sword?
No, it's more like a big
That's a
slab of
rhetorical
metal
question.
that's
Like,
impossibly
think about
thick.
this. Do you actually want more Gurren Lagann?
No.
I do.
But you want do you want it to be called Gurren Lagann?
Yes.
Wow. I completely disagree
But
with that.
no.
It's time
But
to kill Matt.
It's incredibly risky. I know, but I'd rather risk it being more and being just as good than
Because,
it being bad.
like, when
I think
Matt,
that's worth
Matt,
it
do you
overall.
want another beer? Yeah, I'd like another beer. There's a 10% chance I pissed in this beer.
I feel like there's
That's
enough.
not a bad chance.
I feel like there's enough.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
I feel like there's enough stupid like garbage in Gurren Lagann that I wouldn't mind. Like episode 4 already fucking spoils
You're right.
it.
No,
You're
episode
right.
4 didn't happen.
There's shit in Gurren Lagann that's
right.
just
Episode
shitty.
4 didn't happen.
there's a non-episode episode.
That was a dream.
You know? But when I was breaking down the FLCL plot description, the last sentence was, and Canty has gone missing and hasn't been seen in years.
Yeah.
And like, so the first thing my brain does is, and who can find Canty except for the new robot
BB-8
that is going to go searching for Canty? And we don't know what the new robot's name will be, but surely she will have a similar design to Canty and also have that kind, so
'Cause there's
you know what you're going to kind of get here in a little bit
There's
of a way.
certain
And
stories that are small and encapsulated, and when you're talking about Gurren Lagann or Berserk or whatever, they're like epics that could go anywhere. But it's like, should there be a Tokyo Godfathers 2 and 3? Should there be
not even just the two and three.
No, there's
The Tokyo
simultaneously
Godfathers
animated
cinematic
back-
universe.
The FLCL trilogy.
Did we really need a second and third Matrix movie?
We didn't, but it was epic enough that like,
yeah, we
fine,
did. We did.
fine.
That story needed.
It was
more.
it was a bigger universe.
That story needed more.
I
It did.
disagree.
Did we need Paprika Resurrection?
Look, I hope in my heart of hearts that it rocks my face off, and I think that a lot of the the tweets coming out from that guy at Adult Swim, or at Cartoon Network rather, he's been talking about how he's like, dude, it's my favorite thing in the universe. I know how much you guys are scared, and trust me, we would never want to damage the name. And, I'm like, I hear your words.
It's still a hard pill to swallow.
Words, and I'll put some faith in it.
Yeah.
But god damn it, am I going to be like on eggshells?
I'll be honest.
Well, yeah, you're already waiting on the Guardian code.
Hearing that the Pillows will be reprising their role as the best soundtrack to an anime ever made me feel a lot better.
Well, I certainly know. I can certainly, like I said, that's still par for the middle of the road version of this.
But still, like it,
you know?
Well, because I don't know, man.
Like the Pillows, in my opinion, should be like expected.
Yeah,
in its sequel.
Thank you. It's like
that's the standard.
So it's like the Pillows are back. Of course they fucking are. What are you going to do? Not have them?
That's not better than the original.
That's like
that's
better
on
be
par,
there.
Potentially on par.
You have a point.
You have no game.
Yeah.
You have nothing if they're not there.
I still listen to that soundtrack every single day.
It's fantastic.
As you should.
So
Remember that like multi-year period where you were listening to the Cowboy Bebop soundtrack like every single fucking
disc?
day. Yeah.
So we're all cautiously optimistic, but we don't want to be.
Yeah, basically.
There are worse sequels to pitch.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah.
Like Wake Me Up when they announced Schindler's List 2, because then we got a real problem.
Can we potentially get behind this new
I
thing?
can potentially get behind it.
The answer is I think I can.
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 All right.